All right, good afternoon, sixth years. I'm just going to take this question here, which we said we would do in class. So we just finished this at the end of class. So this is the question around Z1, this question here. So if we just have a quick look at it here, at the end of this class. I'm actually going to do the full question out because I just need you to be able to do it yourselves, but I'm just going to guide you a small bit on it. I have to pop back here to remind myself what was Z1. Z1 was this one, minus 2 plus 5i, minus 2 plus 5i. So I'll bring that up here. So Z1 equals minus 2 plus 5i, and Z2 was, if I recall, here's this 3 minus 4i. So Z2 was equal to 3 minus 4i. So to take the question here, it is Z1 multiplied by the conjugate of Z1. And when you multiply a number by its complex conjugate, you should eliminate the i's. So minus 2 plus 5i multiplied by its conjugate, minus 2 minus 5i. And you break that into 2. If you like, we'll just go a different color here, just so you can understand. So you break that into 2. So multiply the minus 2 by all of that, excuse me, and multiply the 5i by all of that. So when you do that then, I'll go back to this color here, minus 2 by minus 2 minus 5i, and plus 5i by minus 2 minus 5i. And that's equal to minus 4 minus 10i, plus 10i, corrected, minus 10i, and that's equal to minus 25i squared, which is equal to plus 25. Okay, I shouldn't have to shortcut that. Plus 5i by minus 5 is minus 25i squared, which is minus 25 by minus 1, which is plus 25. So that cancels then, so that's what should happen. And your answer is equal to plus 21, I think should be the answer. So that is that side, this bit down here. Okay, so then you'll get over here, this side, then you should have Z2 by itself, and you minus the two answers from each other. So down on this side here, over here you should multiply Z2 by itself. Z2 being 3 minus 4i, I think doesn't that? So why have I Z3 written there? Z2 is 3 minus 4i. And minus the two answers. Okay. More interesting is this one over here. So this is Z1 plus Z2. Z1 plus Z2. Okay. So that is Z1, which is minus 2 plus 5i plus Z2, which is 3 minus 4i on top. And then you divide your answer by Z3, which came out at, I can't remember what the answer for this one was here. I can't remember what Z3 worked out to be, and I cleaned out the whiteboard in the meantime. But so we can do this tomorrow anyway. When you add the 2 on top, you get an answer. In this case, it should be something like 1 plus 1i. And let's just say for argument's sake, Z3 is 2 minus 5i. I don't know, I'm just picking that off the top of my head now. I don't know, okay? So just be careful of that. I'm not saying it's 2 minus 5i. I can't find where the answer for Z3 is, and I've rubbed it off the board. Let's just say for argument's sake, it's 2 minus 5i is the answer for Z2. You multiply above and below by the conjugate of the number on the bottom, which is 2 plus 5i. And that's how you get your answer. And you give it in the form of a plus bi, in other words, as a regular complex numbers, where a and b are just basically rational numbers, okay, ordinary numbers. So 1 plus 1i multiplied above and below by 2 plus 5i. What's the common mistake? People change both signs for some reason, but you don't. You only change the sign in front of the iota, in front of the imaginary part. That's why it's 2 plus 5i. But note, I'm only making this up as a possible Z3. You have to find Z3. You should have it in your journal or your copies from today. Please take this for tonight. I think that's a fairly good revision. We'll have a look one more day tomorrow at checking these complex numbers out, and then that should be a big improvement on your mock results. Okay, everyone? We will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, thank you.